Hello everyone, this is Enrique and I am HM City Builder. I am going to be doing a vanilla series, so I am not going to be using anything other than DLCs and the color correction from the remastered version of the game. With that being said, I am playing on a console, Xbox Series X, and I chose the map Land of Islands because it has this cool Asian beach vibes, and I also think it's a pretty challenging map to build on. So I'm curious to see what we can do over here. Let's go, guys. I am going to be deleting this first row because I want to change the orientation there. And we are also going to place our first plot of roads so we have access to dirt roads. These are going to be cheaper and easier to plan or create over here. So I was thinking of doing a main avenue with some green areas in the middle. So I'm going to do commercial on both sides, and I'm going to be using a block size of 10 by 12. 12 because the residential ones on the side will be 11 by 20. So we have the extra tile between houses for pedestrian paths. Also, I am using mouse and keyboard because that makes things way easier for building and landscaping. And for industrial areas, we are going to be doing the same thing, except this might be a temporary industrial area. I plan to move everything from here in the future, so everything is city. I might leave just some city service tucked near the intersection in the future. Also, for the city services, I am going to go with the coal power plant because that is going to give us the most power. And for the water treatment and sewage, I'm going to go with the inland water treatment plant because it doesn't pollute too much and it's going to be closer to the residential there. And for water, I had to go with the water towers because the pumps kept giving not sufficient water issues due to the waves and tides. I am going to be fixing the zoning in this grid because I want all the houses facing the inside of the blocks and all the corners. And we have the bankruptcy alert, but we don't have to worry about it. We are now a little hamlet and we have taxes, our first loan, garbage, healthcare, and education, as well as some new buildings. And the first thing we're gonna do is raise our taxes so we have an extra income, and we are going to be taking our first loan as well. And for garbage, I did not want to use the landfills, but the recycling centers have a pretty low processing capability, so we're going to go with the landfills for now. I am going to be placing a clinic, and I'm going to use the one from the Brutalism DLC because it looks pretty nice. And we are now Wardy Village, and we have another tile: districts, policies, loans, emergency service, police and fire, unique buildings, and some industries specializations. And we're gonna take our second loan, of course, to help things over here. And I'm going to be placing a police and fire station from the Brutalism DLC as well. And I'm going to be leaving some spaces in between them to parking lots in the future. And since we have districts now, I am going to be doing this. The shopping malls for the commercial areas and residential is going to be the same. And for our industry, I am going to be using the Industrial Revolution one because it's pretty nice. And of course, we're going to buy our second tile so we can expand our grid a little more. And for the other side of the commercial area, I am going to use the emerging downtown district style. I am also going to be upgrading some of our roads to asphalt to make this area look nicer. I am also planning to do some eminent domain over here on this residential area. So we have some space for a future pedestrian pad over there. So we can make this area look a little nicer, and we will also have a buffer between the residential and the commercial over there. I also want to disable these traffic lights over here because I don't really like to use them unless I'm doing like a divergent diamond interchange or I'm using like stop signs in somewhere, but we don't really need them for now. Now we're at Tiny Town and we have park areas, industry areas, pedestrian areas, landscaping, and some new city services, as well as new roads. And since we now have parks, I am going to be placing the parking lots in our commercial area finally. I am also going to be doing the pedestrian paths behind the houses as well as the buffer for the commercial area over there. I am going to be deleting this side of this interchange because I plan to change it in the future and I want to build a school complex this area. And for school, I'm going to use Fundamental School, also from the Brilliant DLC. I'm also going to be upgrading our main road all the way to our industrial area and disable the traffic lights and continue the path work along the main avenue so it matches the area. And we are now at Boomtown. We have another tile, airport areas, unique buildings, transport, and our specialization. And I'm checking to see when we're gonna be able to take another loan over there so it can keep expanding. And we are going to be placing a road with bus lanes because I want to make it a cool bus stop over there. And for our high school, we are going to be using the Brutalism DLC as well. And we're going to be detailing this area. We are having some problems with our water and sewage, so we are going to be adding another inland wastewater treatment as well as another water tower. We are also having problems with energy, so I'm trying to add another one as well, and we're able to take a loan for that. And before I forget, we're going to be placing a cemetery, and we're going to be detailing this area as well to make a nice park around it. Was also forgetting to detail this area over here on the avenue, so we're going to be doing that right now. That's it for the first episode, guys. So if you enjoy it, like it, subscribe. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments. And thank you so much, and see you on the next one.